up this morning and I pray to the Most High. The sun is shining so bright. I'm blessed to live this life.
Blessed be Yahawah. Blessed be Yahawah.
Shalawam, sisters. Shalawam, shalawam. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, praise, and glory to Yahawah. And this video is going to be going into should I read every day? As an Israelite woman, if we say we're followers of the Most High, we say we're believers in Yahawah, should we be getting the scriptures every single day? What y'all think? Yes, 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 and yes. Now I understand that some sisters are women, some sisters are women. So like I know we're all women. Some sisters are mothers, some are wives, some are stay-at-home working mom and wives, some are stay-at-home mothers, some are staying home or just wives. Some go to school and they mothers and they wives. Some don't stay at home but they got kids and they work and they go. Some are single but they work and go to school. We all got a lot going on, so I understand. I'm not getting on here saying that sisters need to read. Actually, Salakia. Let's start off with this. Hebrews 10:24, and let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works. So I'm on here to provoke my sister into good works through the Spirit of Bahasham. In 1 Peter 4:11, if any man speak, let him speak as the oracles of Yahawah. If any man minister, let him do it as of the ability which Yahawah giveth, that Yahawah in all things may be glorified through Yahawah, to whom be praise and demand forever and ever. Amen. So we want to speak the oracles of the Most High. Everything we say should be thus saith the Lord. Now, back to what I was saying through the Spirit. I understand that sisters, we all have different lots and we all have different busy lives, but at the end of the day, the Most High comes first, and it boils down to who do you serve? Do you serve your flesh or do you serve the Most High? And there's just plain upon table. So we want to get Exodus chapter 20 and verse 3, and we want to go to this, and we want to get having no other gods before the Most High. Thou shalt have no other gods before me. So we shouldn't have nobody before the Most High. And when you put anything before the Lord, whether it's a person, whether it's a phone, whether it's TV, whether it's food, whatever it is, it's a God. And you're not putting it before the Most High. And I want to go to Proverbs 11:1. And I want to get that. A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So a false balance is an abomination. So we want to prioritize and have a balance in this thing. So again, like I was saying, I know sisters are mothers. I know some sisters are wives. I know we all have different busy lives. I'm not getting on here telling sisters to read 10 chapters a day. That's not what I'm doing. But at the end of the day, we serve the Most High, Yahawah, and we want to make sure we keep it him first. Now, there's this app called Dwell, and you can listen to readings. You can listen to the Bible getting read to you. Or if you just want to do the free version, go on YouTube. And, Dwell is free, but if you want to get like the extra stuff, they got premiums, of course. He's a horse trying to get some money. Or you can go on YouTube and you can type in like Psalms reading KJV. You can even listen to a breakdown video while you're cleaning. You can listen to a video maybe while you're breastfeeding. You can listen to audio reading while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, whatever you're doing around the house, whatever you're doing throughout your day-to-day busy lives. You could be listening to, and I'm not being over righteous. I know we like to listen to music as well. I know I like to watch TV, but the Most High comes first, and that's why we have to balance and prioritize. So there really shouldn't be no excuse. There shouldn't be no excuse because we all have a phone. If we don't, we got iPads and laptops. I'm pretty sure we're all able to have access to technology. And if we don't through the Spirit, then that's what we got a good old KJV Bible for. But through the Spirit, we gotta do what we gotta do. Like, it shouldn't be any excuses. I know sisters are mothers and wives. I know we are busy, but you still gotta put your brick in for the Lord, and you gotta make it shake. So if you're very busy, listen to a video while you're getting ready for work. If you're very busy, listen to something edifying while you dealing with your kids or you cleaning around the household. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Listen to a reading, listen to a video. Do what you got to do. Read to your kids, so that way you're getting your reading in as well. You can edify through the Spirit as well, but there's no excuses. So I want to get Matthew 4. And when I was in Atlanta, I've been thought about doing this video. I was in Atlanta and I asked my good sis Lily, I said, do you think we should be in the scriptures every day? And she said yes. And she said, don't, and she's made me think, she said, don't people in the world, like, they feed themselves by eating food all the time? I was like, yeah. And she's like, okay, same with us. We got to feed our spirit. And Matthew 4:4. But he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahawah. So we don't live our bread alone. That's not how we live. That's not how we should live. How we live is the words of the Most High, Yahawashi. These words of life is how we live and how we stay alive spiritually. We could die spiritually without these words of life, because these words of life, it keeps us in check. It keeps us on the right path. It heals us. We need these words of life. And this is how we live. And also, if we don't have these words, hold on, let's get this. Wisdom of Solomon 16:12, because these words of life also heals us. It binds us up, right? So, Wisdom of Solomon. That thing be hiding. Wisdom of Solomon 16:12, and it reads, for it was neither herb nor mollifying plaster that restored them to health, but thy water, Lord, which healeth all things. So these words of life, they heal us. They have the ability to heal us. So we need these words of life. It gets us through. It helps us keep going. It strengthens us. It keeps us on this right path. And then I want to touch on how it's our weapon. It's our weapon. So I want to get Hebrews 4:12. Can you close the door, please? For the word of Yahawah is quick and powerful and sharper than any two-edged sword, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joints and marrow, and is a discerner of the thoughts and the intents of the heart. So these words is our sword. When you think about people that's in a battle, the battlefield, what is their weapon? A sword, guns, whatever weapons they got out there that help them win their fight, win their battle, right? How much of us? So, what am I connecting this to? So, like, yeah, even people that's boxing in a match, they got the gloves, they got their fist. Their fist is their weapon. We have a weapon. Our weapon is this. And this is these words of the Most High, these edifying breakdown videos through the words of the Most High, these precepts. Those are words of life. That's our weapon. So this is what we use to fight. And if we're not in these scriptures daily, day in and day out, if we're not tapping into the Spirit, praying and staying connected to the Father, how do we expect to stand against Satan? How do we expect to win and overcome these battles? Because people, they win their fights and their battles with what? Their weapon. And this is our weapon. So if we're not in these scriptures, how can we win? We can't. We're going to be constantly overtaken by Satan, and we're going to fall away because we don't have nothing to fight. We have nothing to fight against. We're going to continue to lose. And then I want to get Ephesians 6. We literally need these words of life. Like, this is not just an option. We have to really be praying more and reading more. And well, this ain't no joke. Sisters think they can just pray every now and then and read every now and then. No, this is an everyday thing. This ain't nothing to play around with. This is Ephesians 6 and 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahawah, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of Yahawah, that you may be able to that you may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. So we have to put on the full armor of the Most High so that we're able to stand against Satan. It says, and we don't wrestle against flesh and blood. We're in flesh and blood. You know, as Hebrews say, I believe that's Hebrews. We're in flesh and blood. No, 2 Corinthians, so like 2 Corinthians 10:4. We're battling flesh, you know, so like we're in this flesh, right? We're flesh and blood. But the things we go through is not on a fleshly carnal level. We're battling demons. We're battling spirits on a high level. And the only way to overcome those things of the fight is with Yahawashi. So we have to be connected with the Father and the precepts in order to fight. And you win some, you lose some, granted, yes. We're not going to win every battle. That's a part of this walk, a just man fall. But this is how we overcome most of the time. This is how we win with these scriptures. When you fall, you get back up. So this is how we win. This is how we overcome. This is how we do it with these words of life. And if we don't have our weapon, we're going to fall. And like I said, I know sisters are busy, but there's no excuse. There's no excuse. And I know, like, if sisters be working, like I said, some are stay-at-home wives, moms, whatever the case may be. Look, you got to do what you got to do. If, you know, listen to a video while you're getting ready, or read at least one chapter before you go to work. If you can't listen to something before you go to work, just meditate on the precepts at least before you get your day started. Your day should always start with the Most High. As soon as you wake up, you should be dropping down on your knees and praying and calling upon the name of the Lord before you're touching your phone. If you're on your phone and social media more than you pray, that's a problem. And that's why I say there should be no excuses, because sisters be having enough time to be on social media. They be having enough time to, you know, chit-chat, text, text people, but you don't got no time for the Most High. The Most High comes first. The Most High comes first. So we have to make sure that we are moving in the Spirit and tapping into the Spirit. And I know sisters are busy, but I'm not making excuses for sisters. I'm not telling sisters you gotta read 10 chapters a day. I'm just saying you need to make sure you keep the Most High first and make some shape, because we all have different laws, but you still have to, you don't make time for the Most High. You make time for everything outside of the Most High. You don't make time for, well, okay, I'm gonna just read later. Stop putting it off day to day. Get this in now while you can, because it's gonna be a famine in the world, Amos 8:11, and we won't have it no more. And then you're gonna be regretting, looking back like, dang, I probably should have did that more. Yeah, you probably should have. We all have things we need to work on, but through the Spirit, I can't stress it enough. Make it shape. You got to make it work. So if you're very busy, at least I have flashcards, and I'm a teacher. I work full time. I'm a teacher of pre-K 4 and 5-year-olds, and I have flashcards. I don't really use them like that, but like last week or something, I did a little bit, but so what I do is, I do the exhortation every morning through the Spirit, so that's me meditating on the word before I go to work. And then, I'm able to step outside throughout the day and pray in the bathroom. And even still, like the kids, they nap from 12:30 to 2:30. So, that's when I get my reading in. And then I also drive the bus. So I'm able to get some extra, meditating and reading in then. And then I come home. So, like, we all have different schedules. You just have to find those holes in your schedule where you can squeeze in that extra reading time. So before you go to work, listening to a video while you get ready, or on the way to work, listening to a video, listening to music that's praising the Most High. Just do what you got to do to make sure you stay in the Spirit. But there's no excuses, sisters. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. I don't want to hear no excuses. And I know sisters, like I said, we be busy, but the Most High, He comes first. And, it's just plain. You got to keep the Most High first. So, make you some flashcards, maybe read those throughout the day. Listen to a video while you're at work or before you go to work. Listen to a reading. You just got to do what you got to do. But I want to get Proverbs 4 and 5 through 6. Get wisdom, get understanding, forget it not, neither decline from the words of my mouth. Forsake her not, and she shall preserve thee. Love her, and she shall keep thee. So we know that the beginning of the beginning of knowledge, it's like, what's the precept? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy is understanding. So that's Proverbs 9 and 10. It's also Proverbs 1 and 7, and also Sirach 1 and 14, if I'm mistaken. So the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. And when you fear the Most High, that means you're keeping His laws, statutes, commandments. So when you're walking in the ways of the Most High, you're keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. That's when you have wisdom. Wisdom, these words of life, it preserves us, it keeps us, it protects us, it keeps us on the right path, it shows us the right and the wrong way, it keeps us from doing the wrong thing. So that's why we must also stand in scriptures, because it keeps us from the evil way, it keeps us from the wickedness of this world, it keeps us on the straight path, it keeps us going forward, trying to get the kingdom and stay kingdom minded. And also want to get Proverbs chapter 2 and verse number 10 through 12. And it reads, "And wisdom enter to thine heart, and knowledge is pleasant to thy soul. Discretion shall preserve thee, and understanding shall keep thee, to deliver thee from the way of the evil man, from a man that speaketh forward things, who leaves the path of uprightness to walk in the ways of darkness, Salakia, who rejoice to do evil and delight in the forwardness of the wicked, whose ways are crooked and they forward in their paths, to deliver thee from a strange woman, even from a stranger which flies with her words, will forsaketh the God of her youth, and forgetteth the covenant of her God." So these words of life, this knowledge and understanding, it keeps us, it protects us, it keeps us from the ways of this world, so that's playing upon tables. But just a pretty short video through the Spirit. That's all I really wanted to touch on. And I just wanted to close it out with this, Matthew 6 and 24, because at the end of the day, who do you serve? You either serve the Most High or your flesh. And if you are truly a servant of the Most High, you're not going to make any excuses. So this is Matthew 6 in chapter 24, and it reads, "No man can serve two masters, for either he will hate the one and love the other, or else he will hold to the one and despise the other. Ye cannot serve Yahawah and Mammon." So you got to pick and choose. You're going to serve the Most High, you're going to serve your flesh. You're going to be on your phone all day, texting all day, or you're going to serve the Most High, Yahawashi. And we have to stay connected with the Most High in prayer. We should be praying about everything. The scriptures tell us to get counsel above every enterprise. Let me get that. Get counsel before every KJV. This is Sirach 37:16. Let reason go before every enterprise and counsel before every action. Who is our number one counselor? Yahawashi. We should be going to the Most High about everything. Even things that you think are small, go to the Most High. He's the one that got the answer. Because everything we say should be thus saith the Most High. So the Most High, he be using other people to speak. The Most High be speaking to us through other people sometimes. So you have to go through the Most High first. You have to turn to the Most High. Pray to the Most High about everything. Even some you think is small, pray to them. I'm not sweating, y'all. Even what you think is small, pray to the Most High. Yahawah, Bahasham, like I've shot about everything. Stay connected with the Most High. And I wanted to give Revelation 3:16, and it reads, 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I will thou work cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, neither cold nor hot, I will spew thee out of my mouth. So we don't want to get spewed out of the Most High mouth. We don't want to get cast away from this truth and get, Yahawah forbid, get bugged out or fall out this truth because we're not being diligent. We have to be diligent, sisters, and that's just plain. It's tough love. We have to be diligent for the Spirit, and diligent for a woman and a man looks different. I'm not telling sisters to read 20 chapters a day or like 15 chapters or 10 chapters because we're women. Not saying you shouldn't read, of course you want to read, but I'm not telling sisters to read that much because we also have to cook, take care of the kids, take care of the household. So our on fire looks different. We have to stay on fire as a woman, reading, praying, fasting, sewing, using our talents, cooking, using your talents mostly, whatever talents the Most High has blessed you with, using those talents, but also staying connected with the Most High in prayer and fasting and reading. And I wanted to get 1 Peter chapter, I was just reading this. 1 Peter, calling the election sure. 2 Peter chapter 1:10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your call and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fail. So we want to make the call and our election sure. Strive to be diligent. Strive to get the kingdom. So that's really all I have through the Spirit. Just a quick video, tough love video. Encourage the sisters to keep the Most High first. I know we're busy. We all have busy schedules, but you got to make it work. You got to. I can't really say too much because I don't know what type of schedule sisters have, but whatever schedule you have, the times that you can be reading instead of being on Instagram, the times that you could be praying instead of being on TikTok, just get off your phone. Don't be on your phone as much. Keep the Most High first because our phone is a big distraction. You shouldn't be talking on the phone more than you connected with the Most High. And I know we can all do things. We all have things to work on. I need to stay more connected to the Most High as well. So this is when I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself as well. But we definitely want to be in these scriptures, tapping into the Spirit on a daily basis. So the answer to the question is yes. And I'm not being over righteous. No, I'm not. We should be in these scriptures every single day. And I know sisters are busy. Sisters be having kids, husbands. Sisters be single but still working. We all got busy schedules, but you got to keep the Most High first. Pray before you pray about everything. Stay connected with the Most High in prayer. Get in that prayer closet. Read when on your downtime. And of course, I know sisters also like to chill and watch TV, but you got to make sure you're doing the works of the Lord before you do that. Have it just bounce. So listen to a video while you're getting ready. Listen to a video on the way to work if you're able to. You got to do what you got to do. But we should be tapping into these scriptures and in Spirit every single day. There's no excuses. We got to get right in these last days. So Lord willing, we can see that kingdom, because the Most High, he's giving the kingdom to, brothers and sisters that was enduring, that was diligent. And that's Matthew 25. And let's get that. We'll close it off with that. This is Matthew 25. And it reads in verse 2. And I'm going to start with verse 1. Then shall the kingdom of heaven be likened unto 10 virgins, which took their lamps and went forth to meet the bridegroom. And 5 of them were wise, and 5 were foolish. And they that were foolish took their lamps and took no oil with them, but the wise took oil in their vessels with their lamps. While the bridegroom tarried, they all slumbered and slept. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh, go ye out to meet him. Then all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. And the foolish said unto the wise, Give us of your oil, for our lamps are gone out. But the wise answered, saying, Not so, lest there be not enough for us and you, but go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. And while they went to buy, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready in with him to the marriage, and the door was shut. And afterward he came also the other virgins, saying, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, Verily I say unto you, I know you not. Watch therefore, for you know neither the day nor the hour wherein the Son of Man cometh. So we don't know when Yahawah is going to send Yahawashi. We don't know when Christ Yahawashi is coming back. So we want to stay diligent. They got the door shut on them because they candle wasn't lit, their lamp wasn't lit, it wasn't on fire, they didn't have no oil. And this oil, that oil is our knowledge and understanding. That's the scriptures. We got to make sure we keep our candles lit and our flame burning. We have to make sure, so we don't get that door shut on us. And if your flame ain't lit and your flame ain't burning, if you ain't tapped into the spirit, you know, the door can get shut on you. And how forbid the door get shut on any of us. But look, this is here for a reason. These precepts are here for our learning. Romans 15:4. These scriptures are here for our learning. So we can learn from our foremothers and our forefathers. So we know what to do and what not to do. So we know how to move, how not to move. These scriptures are here so it can teach us. So we know how to move in this walk. Bible basic instructions before leaving earth. That's what Bible stands for. Basic instructions before leaving earth. So these are the instructions that we have so we can get this kingdom, Lord willing. So if we don't want that door shut on us, we gotta keep that lamp lit and on fire. So stay connected with the Most High in prayer and fasting. You know, use your talents, be diligent, no excuses. Lord willing, y'all continue to endure and have a great rest of y'all day. Call it Bahasham, Shalawam.
Woke up this morning and I prayed.